Did I mess up because the thumbnail shows a JCW? No. This year, for 2026, the Countryman S has a JCW kit. You're gonna get the same pound-feet of torque at 291. So if you're not wanting that extra 71 horsepower and you're wanting the styling elements, well, now Mini gives it to you. I'm Anthony from Hawkeye Rides, and is this a get it or skip it vehicle? That's what we're gonna go over with some pros and cons as I explain everything about the Countryman S, all four in this chili red. The front is gonna have LED daytime runnings that integrate into the JCW or John Cooper Works grille. You get the black badging. This is the iconic trim. This also has the comfort package. Now, when you take the box to this, that's over $3 grand. The JCW kit itself is $1,400. The difference between this and a JCW is around $7,000. So just be careful whenever you're taking too many features, because now you're around $2,000 to $3,000 difference in price. The lower is going to keep the aggressive style. The glossy black is going to go around the whole vehicle, and it's going to have the two tones. So the roof rails, the side view mirrors, and around the fenders, but underneath the hood, it doesn't get swapped out. It's a 2.0 liter Mini twin-powered turbocharged 4-cylinder. And for those that listen to the video too quick and they say, you said twin turbo, I said twin-powered turbo. That's a twin scroll turbo. It's a single turbocharged engine, but the output is at 241 horsepower, the same 295 pound-feet of torque, getting a 0 to 60 about 6.2 seconds with the top speed at 150 miles per hour. Now, it's not just a styling kit. You also get the damper control added, and they swap out the 18-inch wheels that's standard for these 19-inch John Cooper Works Raceway spoke black wheels with all-season tires. And you get the sport brakes with the John Cooper Works print on the caliper. So you're getting the styling elements, you're not getting the tuned JCW suspension, and you're dropping the 0 to 60, actually adding a second more when you're going this route, achieving 24 mpgs for the city, 32 mpgs for the highway. Now, it does have some impressive specs, like payload at 1,100 pounds, towing capabilities at 3,500 pounds. You're not going to receive all of that when you go to the JCW. It's going to be a little bit more of a firm ride, or is this more of an everyday ride? So it still has the go-kart spirit lifted up into an SUV. But like I tell the followers on the channel, especially Michael that purchased one last year, he's not so happy with the variant. And I told him, you want to go JCW because you're unlocking that thrill when you go Mini, because you're getting 312 horsepower. And that is quite a bit for this vehicle, considering it's the same as the X1, X2 M Sport variant. The rear gets the blacked out badging as well as the Countryman print, and the lower gets the JCW twist, but there's no exhaust to be found. And when I saw this vehicle at first, I thought, oh my God, it's a JCW. And I looked, I saw no exhaust, and I said, what the heck is going on? Then I looked at the MSRP and I said, you know what? This is a skip it vehicle for me. Why would I get this kit and save just $2,000 or $3,000, especially when I add all these features? But then the reason why I may get it is I don't need that sport car drive all the time. I mean, 6.2 seconds 0 to 60, it's pretty quick, and it has more capabilities going this route, and you got the styling elements. But let me know in the comments which way you would go. And if you're new to the channel, click the subscribe, click a like, leave a comment, because all of this engagement helps with the channel algorithm so we can bring more vehicles to the channel. Power liftgate going into 24.98 cubic feet of storage, so let's just call it 25 cubic feet of storage. With the tape measure front to back, you got about 34 and almost a half. And from side to side, inside the wheel wells, you got about 39 and a half. And I would say you got another 4 inches on both sides. You got a little storage cubby here that you could put the measuring with a 12 volt. Underneath the floor, gets a spare tire. And to split fold the rear bench, you do have to come into the back. Pull the tab here to get the maximum 56.18 cubic feet at a 40-20-40 split, or you could do a 40-60 split with bag holders on both sides. The key fob to the Countryman S. 12-way power seat adjustment for the driver, 8-way power seat adjustment for the passenger with memory seats, JCW seats. So you have the cloth up here. It's heated front seats, that's standard. I like that it's perforated. And you got the JCW steering wheel We get the cloth that's going to be on the dashboard, and this is all recycled materials that carry on into the door card, and you get all the pattern design on the top. Check out the leg space that you have on the passenger side, a good 7 inches or so on both perimeters, and I have the seat kind of in a middle position compared to the driver's side, with a wireless charging pad, a little mini box that opens up for more storage, a storage tray here. Let's fire it up. Now, because we've added some packages like the comfort package, side view mirrors, rear view mirrors, and when you click onto here, you got your navigation on this 9.4 OLED touch screen. And we also have a 360-degree reverse camera, and you have the assist parking that it adds also, which will basically drive the same direction that you drove forward, backwards whenever you put the settings into it. The trajectory does expand for the front and the rear, and when you go in the drive position, you'll do the same thing for the front. That also adds a wireless charging pad, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, Sirius XM with 360L. Dual climate control settings, you have to do everything through the touchpad. Heated seats is standard, and the toggle switches, this was all fixed last year, so it's just a carryover in this perspective. Standard is a 6-speaker audio sound system with 100 watts. This is going to be a little bit more sporty. It does not open up, and you have 2 USB ports here with a 12-volt tucked underneath. Leg space for the driver is going to be basically the same at around 6 to 7 inches, and I'm at 6'3". With the leather wrap steering wheel heated, that comes standard. With this JCW, you got to click that package. You got the boost for the paddle shifts, and the gauge cluster is a heads-up display. You can go through an array of different content for the driver, including the sound system and your adaptive cruise control, lane keeping assist, steering assist, you have blind spot monitoring, and check out the headroom that I have. Probably around 3.5 inches, but you can let me know in the comments. You get a full moonroof with this cover. Door panel and dashboard configured together nicely with the recycled materials. One touch up and down for all the windows. It's going to be a lot more sporty with a long storage pocket for the driver and passenger. For the back seats, this is the opening that you have to fit 3 more occupants. You fold this armrest down with cup holders and armrests. You're also going to get the pattern here, so you got that seatbelt design, air vents, 2 USB-C ports, storage behind both of the front seats. The door card is going to be the same with the recycled materials. It's going to be sporty, and it's about the same size storage pocket as the front. Sitting behind me, the seats are carved out for you, so I do appreciate that. That's giving me at least 1.5 inches to 2 inches. The back of the seats, you can see how the headrest is configured, so it makes it look a lot more sporty. Sitting the normal way is not going to be the most comfortable way. That's the headroom. You can let me know what it says in the comments. But the more comfortable way, recline these seats back. I wouldn't do it all the way back, but if you did it all the way back, you're going to get a pretty decent amount of increase in headroom. But I would say this is probably the best position for these seats. Sliding into the center, you have a little storage tray here. I'm going to be blocking basically all of the vents and charging ports. Knee space behind me is about 1.5 inches to 1.25 inches. Behind the seat that's back a little bit more so, nothing. Sharing butt, leg, shoulder space. And from side to side, I would say you might have 15.5 to 16 inches. And headroom at this point is actually the best, but you can let me know in the comments. Just wanted to show you this. Camera failed on the vehicle. 241 horsepower, 6.20 to 60. It gets up there at that 6.2 seconds roughly. Braking is good on the vehicle. Dynamically speaking, this is going to be a little bit more lifted up than your normal Mini. It's also a little bit longer, so you're not right on the wheel well area. See if this guy runs it. Yep, that's why you beep the horn. And the exit. still a pretty quick vehicle. It can get the day in and day out chores done, so I do like that. You get the exhaust note that filters in through the speakers. It's a staggered wheel setup when you go this route because we have the JCW tires on this vehicle. So you're going to be paying a little bit more in your premiums for a few things here when you get that JCW kit installed. It does feel pretty wide. It doesn't feel that long, so I do like that. Ground clearance is good. Windows are very large, so visibility is great. But when I'm looking at a get it or skip it type of vehicle, and I'm wanting something that has the performance, and yes, I got 295 pound-feet of torque here, but I'm losing 71 horsepower. That to me is quite a bit to just save a few $1,000s. And it's gonna start with some pros and cons. The pros is you can get the styling elements and you're not sacrificing in the drive. The cons to it is you're just getting styling elements to it. Yeah, you get damper control, but it's not gonna really change the drive that much. And you're also getting the staggered wheel setup, so now you're gonna have to pay more money for premium tires instead of the 18-inch wheels that is standard. But if you're looking for that style, I mean, it ticks the box. Some other pros is when you get the comfort package, you pretty much unlock everything in the interior. You get your wireless charging pad. It comes standard with a heated steering wheel and heated front seats and a panel moonroof, and you get this little camera right here that can watch everything in here. So if you were thinking about doing Uber, well, you could do so. I do like the 9.4 OLED touchscreen. It's very good with the response, but I don't like that you have to add things like the navigation to it. But then again, once you start ticking the box to these features, you got to be careful because now you're at JCW money. $2,000-3,000 difference, that's the big problem that I have going this route. Why would you do that and sacrifice the horsepower, even though it's only a second quicker? It's not just the power, you're also changing the suspension layout, the actual drive dynamic, the whole demeanor of the vehicle is completely different. And with boost engaged, you have a lot of power underneath the hood. Maneuverability is good. Seat comfort is going to be a little bit more on the firm side. Like I said in other reviews though, I have herniations in my lower back, my neck, and minis are pretty good for the most part on a long drive, just you don't get any manual cushion extensions. When you go the JCW kit, it's not called that, it's just a design package, you do get the paddle shifts, so I do appreciate that because otherwise you're not getting the paddle shifts, and I'm still not a huge fan of not having a gauge cluster. I mean, let me know your thoughts on that because just a heads-up display and where I'm sitting, sometimes I don't see it as much. I have to kind of look into the center screen here. I do like the minimalistic look. I'm not saying the vehicle isn't fun, but it's more derived for that everyday instead of unlocking the full potential of fun. That's why it becomes a skip it vehicle for me. But all the reasons to get it is because $1,400, if you don't option features, you're saving at least $6,000 to $7,000 and you're getting the styling elements as a JCW and you have the same torque. So really, is it sacrificing that much difference to pay that extra premium for just 1 second? Let me know in the comments what you think. And if you're new to the channel, consider subscribing. Check out this next video right here.